We got some new content in Call of Dragons, especially for mage players, since we finally got our new G5 mages, which are VARDUN, and the second one is CANTAMAN, right? Pretty nice name for the second one, and of course, if we're gonna look at the themes and the looks of the heroes, they are really interesting. I actually have not seen the skills of these heroes like in details, which means you are going to check out the first reaction from me, and of course, hopefully all the mage players are going to be happy, right? We are going to check out the new mage skills and of course the new war pet which just released for mage heroes. First of all, we have to always check the PvP hero, right? And VARDUN is magic, PvP and skills. Well, already these three combination is really powerful, right? And it's really promising to deal damage in open field PvP. So let's check out the skills, and in the end I will share my thoughts, right? The first skill, which is Chaos Rune, 1000 Rage, consumes the current rune depending on rune type. The Legion casts basically we're gonna have Thunder, Fire and Quake, right? Thunder deals damage to target Legion, and Thunder's maximum damage will be 2000. Fire deals diffused magic damage. Diffused means that additional targets, right? AoE damage, which is going to be 1.6, and Quag deals diffused damage, magic damage to 3 nearby enemy legions in a forward rectangle, and the maximum amount of damage will be 1.8k. The Legion gains random rune once entering battle and gains a rune according to the target Legion's unit type. So basically, for cavalry and transport units, Thunder and Quake, right? And it will be more of a AoE and single target damage. Infantry will be Thunder and Fire, diffuse damage and single target damage, and for the marksmen and magic units it will be all of them together. Multiple unit types, whichever unit type is most numerous. Numerous, I guess, in terms of number, right? When the target is in PvE Legion, randomly gain a Thunder, Fire or Quake rune. So only this skill already gave us a totally different gameplay, which we have never seen in any Mage Heroes lineup. Really interesting, a lot of damage factor on every single rune. Let's check out other skills, right? When Legion gains a rune while casting a rage skill while in the field, rune becomes a ravaging rune, can be triggered once every 30 seconds. This is important. Consume a ravaging rune to cast fire upon 3 enemy legions, dealing diffuse damage. Legion that takes damage gains slow march speed reduction, right? So 30% for 3 seconds. 3 seconds is not a lot of time. I guess it will be amazing if you are basically trying to catch up somebody, but if it was like 5 seconds, I would say impressive, but 3 seconds, yeah, I guess we have to see in open field PvP, right? The third skin, pure attributes, magic unit defense bonus 20%, magic unit attack bonus 20%. Not super amazing amount of bonuses. I guess for legendary heroes, for us to say that the attributes are good, should start at least on 30%. That's my general idea. The first skill, which is always interesting, when casting a Chaos Rune, the target Legion's infantry units lose 40% defense reduction. Cavalry unit HP reduction 40%, 40% marksman unit normal attack damage dealt reduction, magic unit reduction, hero skill deal damage reduction 40%. So basically, one of the most important skills for the VARDUN is, I think, force skill. 40%? Really? This might be too much. 40% defense, 40% HP, 40% normal attack, and 40% for hero skill damage. I guess First skill is quite impressive because it's a new idea for magic heroes, but this one might be the most important skill for the VARDUN gameplay, because the amount of debuffs you are getting from this hero, that might be too much. That might be too much. The Awakening skill, the Legion deals 20% more hero rage skill damage, while in the field, the Legion has 100% chance to gain a Ravaging Rune upon entering the battle, which means it's mandatory to actually awaken VARDUN, right? So, what do you think? What do I think about VARDUN from the skills which I read, right? Of course, I have not tested it, have not seen how they are performing. I believe VARDUN will be good. I don't want to say VARDUN will be OP, because we have a lot of new mechanics with this hero, right? We have to see how these new mechanics will actually land in open field PvP, but I believe the first skill, it should be the most important skill. Of course, for damage dealing abilities, first one is important, but this one is actually what makes this hero super impressive. Basically giving debuff for every single troop type for the most important attributes for them. This will be interesting, right? But I don't like one thing. Debuffs and damage together never goes well in Call of Dragons. You either going for full damage on legendary heroes, especially for mages, or you are going all in on debuffs and control, right? So yeah, I guess we have to see, but in terms of skill order, I believe you have to awaken VARDUN, because this awakening skill is super important. Now, without that, you are basically removing one of the most important skills by default, right? So try to awaken it, especially if you are mage main, and hopefully you are going to have fun with these type of new mechanics on your new G5 hero. That's my thoughts about VARDUN. And now, CANTAMAN, and hopefully I'm pronouncing it well, it's magic, rally, and control, right? Of course, I was expecting control here after I read this first skill. So, yeah, this is the control magic hero. Let's see what kind of skill sets we are going to have if we are going to run this hero with our lineup. Deals magic damage, it's a single target damage, and inflicts feeble minus 50% damage dealt reduction, right? Alright, damage dealt reduction and damage dealt bonuses are all around bonuses in Call of Dragons. Basically, normal attacks, counter attacks, skill damage, crit rate, crit damage, basically everything can be concluded to the damage dealt bonuses. So basically, all around damage reduction minus 50%. Alright, pretty nice start for the debuff hero. Now this is the rally skill, attack bonus 10%, cannot be triggered, there's 20% chance to gain crafty. Alright, we don't care about rally skills. The third skill, the buffs, Legion magic units gain 20% unit HP, and ignores 20% magic unit enemy defense penetration. 20% is low, as I said. 30 and after 30 and 40% are generally the OP section, but for the defense penetration, 20% is a lot. So I like the second one. First one can be a little bit more, at least 25 would be nice, but 20% defense penetration for magic units will be good to have. The fourth skill, when inflicting a debuff basically all the time from this hero, the Legion ignores 8% enemy defense and maximum 25% for 10 seconds. Basically 8% you're gonna do always, but maximum defense penetration 48%. So, yeah. I have never seen this amount of number on defense penetration, so I'm really speechless for a couple of seconds. When the hero's magic legion casts a hero rage skill that only deals one instance of damage, which is this one, It deals 50% more damage. If it deals multiple instances of damage, it deals an extra 7% damage for each instance, dealt maximum 56%. Alright, that might be too much. 56 from here, 48 from here. Alright. So, thoughts about CANTAMAN, right? CANTAMAN will be infantry destroyer. CANTAMAN might not be this super impressive against like cavalries, archers, especially if you are dealing single target damage, but if you are going to deal damage to infantry heroes, since we know that infantry troop types are having highest amount of defense in the game, this hero is basically going to be infantry destroyer. This is really interesting because I have been waiting for a magic hero which will be a big counter towards infantry playstyle, because it's been a while since infantry have been the meta troop type in this game, and hopefully it's time for a new troop type to be meta. So this is my thoughts about CANTAMAN, and together I believe these are mainly infantry destroyer, anti-infantry mage hero pair and mage heroes, right? Because yeah, 56%, 48%. Even here we have some, yeah, we're gonna reduce defense, we're gonna reduce HP. Yep. Honestly, I believe VARDUN and CANTAMAN will be anti-infantry hero pair for mage players. If you are tired of fighting infantry players all the time, you kinda have to get them, right? And both of the heroes, you have to awaken them, which will be really costly, especially for CANTAMAN, because there is a rally skill, and rally skills have no effect in open field PvP. That's my thoughts about both of the heroes together, basically anti-infantry mage heroes, right? The third thing which we have to see is, of course, the new Mage War Pet, which looks kinda nice, I won't gonna lie. MAGIFOX, right? MAGIFOX is the new war pet for the G5 Mages, or in general for the Mage players. So let's check out these 3 skills, that's the most important ones. Foxfire, the main talent skill, right? Deals magic damage to target legion. It's a single target damage, which ignores 10% of the target's magic defense. Alright, come on. Even more anti-infantry. Each time the legion inflicts a new debuff while the inmate skill, it gains 1 stack of Phantasm Mark, causing the next instance of War Pet rage skill damage to ignore 50% of the target's magic defense. Maximum is 5 stacks. So 5x 15. Casting a War Pet's rage skill resets stacks, counts, and sets all debuffs types anew again. Advanced Foxfire, basically pure damage increase, which is always good. And Intense Foxfire skill, each stack of the Phantasm Mark gained via Foxfire deals magic damage to target legion. 28, basically intelligence, and a spirit. So even more anti-infantry gameplay from the War Pet, which is really interesting. As much defense reduction as possible towards our opponents, so we are going to deal a lot of damage. I believe that's the idea of new War Pet, and I believe it suits the gameplay of new G5 Mages, right? And one more thing, we of course have a new artifact for these heroes. Let's check out the new artifact for these heroes. I'm interested if we're gonna have even more defense reductions, right? Doom Bracers, magic unit defense, okay, really needed for the mages and legion attack. PvP assault. Summons a fallen star that rolls in the designated direction, dealing damage to 5 enemy legions. and inflicting stun for 1 second. The fallen star leaves doom flames in its wake that burns for 5 seconds, we can see on the screen, dealing diffuse magic damage every second to up to 5 nearby enemy legions. Additional effect, when the legion gains a rune, so it's for VARDUN for sure, it gains magic keen magic attack 12% for 15 seconds. Pretty good amount of time to actually utilize the buff, right? I don't like the buffs for 5 seconds and 3 seconds. 15 seconds is a good amount of number. So basically we finally got anti-infantry mage hero pair with the war pet and with the artifact, right? And hopefully after that, when the mage players are going to awaken these heroes, we won't gonna see a million amount of infantry players because they are going to get destroyed. They are for sure going to get destroyed whenever fighting these mages, especially if there will be a lot of hero pairs and players playing this hero pair. Unfortunately, infantry won't gonna stay alive longer. So yeah, I think that's the idea of new mages, just basically anti-infantry. Hopefully all the mages are going to look at these two new hero pair, artifact and war pet, because for your lineup it will be mandatory. So as always, if you like the video, press like, subscribe, share. It always gives me more and more motivation to make more content for this game. I wish everybody an amazing day, morning and night. We are going to see each other really soon. Bye bye. Good luck.